Genre: comedy/adventure. Chapter 1: The Fanatic. In the small town of Ravenwood, there lived a man named Harold. Harold was an eccentric individual with an insatiable love for classic horror movies. His collection of DVDs and posters adorned the walls of his cluttered apartment, showcasing his obsession with the macabre. Harold was a loner, finding solace in the fictional worlds of his favorite horror films. He would spend countless hours analyzing every scene, every scream, and every jump scare. His knowledge of horror movies was unparalleled, and he prided himself on being a walking encyclopedia of the genre. Chapter 2: The Mysterious DVD. One fateful evening, as Harold was browsing through a local thrift store, he stumbled upon a dusty old DVD with no label. Intrigued, he purchased it without hesitation, eager to uncover its contents. Little did he know that this DVD would change his life forever. As Harold inserted the mysterious DVD into his player, he was transported into a world beyond his wildest dreams. Suddenly, he found himself standing in the middle of a foggy graveyard, surrounded by eerie tombstones and the distant sound of howling wind. It was as if he had stepped into one of his beloved horror movies. Chapter 3: The Haunted House. Harold soon realized that he had become a character in the very horror movies he had adored for so long. He found himself in a dilapidated mansion, haunted by restless spirits and terrifying creatures. But instead of being frightened, Harold was thrilled. This was his chance to experience the horror firsthand. With his encyclopedic knowledge of horror movies, Harold quickly adapted to his new surroundings. He knew all the clichés, the jump scares, and the plot twists. He effortlessly maneuvered through the haunted house, dodging traps and outsmarting the monsters that lurked in the shadows. Chapter 4: The Unlikely Hero. As Harold continued his journey through the world of horror movies, he discovered that he possessed a unique ability. He could manipulate the plot, altering the course of events to his liking. With a wave of his hand, he could turn a terrifying monster into a bumbling fool or transform a deadly trap into a harmless prank. Harold's newfound power amused him greatly, and he relished in the chaos he created. He turned the tables on the villains, making them the victims of their own horror. The once terrifying movies became a comedy of errors, with Harold as the mischievous puppeteer. Chapter 5: The Return Home. After countless adventures in the world of horror movies, Harold began to long for his old life. He missed the comfort of his apartment, the familiarity of his horror movie collection, and the solitude that came with being a fan. He realized that, despite the excitement and power he had experienced, he was happiest when he was simply watching his beloved films. With a heavy heart, Harold made the decision to return home. He bid farewell to the world of horror movies, grateful for the memories and experiences it had given him. As he stepped back into his apartment, he couldn't help but smile, knowing that his love for horror movies would never fade. Epilogue: The Legacy. Harold's adventures in the world of horror movies became the stuff of legends. His story spread far and wide, captivating the hearts of horror movie fans around the world. People marveled at his ability to escape into the very films they cherished, and his name became synonymous with the magic of cinema. From that day forward, Harold's apartment became a shrine to horror movies. Fans from all walks of life would visit, hoping to catch a glimpse of the man who had lived their dreams. Harold, however, remained humble, content in knowing that he had found his place in the world, even if it was within the confines of his own imagination. And so, the tale of Harold, the horror movie escapist, became a legend that would be passed down through generations. His love for horror movies and his ability to find joy in the darkest corners of cinema would forever inspire others to embrace their passions and escape into the worlds they loved most. Thank you for watching our YouTube video. We hope you enjoyed it and found it entertaining. Before we wrap up, we would like to kindly ask you to support our channel by hitting the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on our latest content. Moreover, if you enjoy our creative plot ideas and would like to stay updated with new ideas for your next creation and exclusive content, we invite you to follow us on Instagram. In addition, we encourage you to visit our website, where you can find more information about our plot ideas. Your visit would mean the world to us.